I know it's hard to believe, but we're already a third of the way through the LCS spring split. And that first third of the split has completely belonged to Immortals. They are dominating at 6-0 after last weekend's matches, and it's now been 321 days since Huni and Reignover have even lost a regular season game. Almost a year. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, defending champs Counterlogic Gaming are currently tied for second, 2 games back from first, but they're hoping to make up some ground in this weekend's LCS match of the week. And so, to break down that matchup, I'd like to welcome Sam Kobe Hartman-Kensler to the show.
Hello, my friend.
Hello. Ah, he landed a fist bump. Already I like you more than Jat. How you doing?
Perfect. I'm doing really well. And I'm super excited for this matchup as well because CLG are a contender to try and slow down Immortals. They're second place, as you said, defending champions, but Immortals have just looked so dominant this split. Even though we're only 1/3 of the way through, people are already comparing them to some of the greatest teams the LCS has ever seen.
Well, right, and the two I think we sort of compare are Summer 2013 Cloud9, 25-3, and Summer 2015 Fnatic, who went 18-0. And you compare the 3 teams, and Immortals looks favorable.
It looks so good for them. I mean, as we said, we're only 1/3 of the way through, but already the KDA that they post is outstanding. A perfect 10 for Immortals. Also, the time in which they take to dispatch their first 6 opponents was so short. Only 27-48 there for the average. Now, people are going to say, oh, it's a new season. It's supposed to be shorter than average game times. But this is way shorter than the average time has gone down. They've had 2 sub-20-minute wins already. And the way that they take out lower-ranked teams is just so efficient.
Yeah.
They don't really waste any time.
Yeah, and it's incredible, too, because you could even compare some of this because, like, look, Huni and Reignover were on the Fnatic team as well, and yet this incarnation with them is, like, doing even better. As you mentioned, the early game is just absolutely ridiculous. They crush from minute 1 in these matches.
Yeah, it's funny that in comparing, all-time LCS greatest teams, Huni and Reignover are on 2 of these. But also, it's funny how the game itself actually changes from season to season, so it's kind of hard to compare teams that played at different times. But already, Immortals, they're really stacking up to be one of the greatest.
Okay, so let's talk about then, if they're stacking up to be one of the greatest, who can dethrone them potentially? Counterlogic Gaming are a very good team, especially when we see them like in their lane swaps, for example. They really have an edge there, at least.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point to bring up because we already know Fnatic, not only did they start 6-0, they finished 18-0. So Immortals do have a ways to go. CLG are standing in their way. And one of the big things that could stop them is CLG are going to have to work around this Smithy versus Reignover deal here because Smithy is a little bit outmatched, especially as far as the early statistics go. Reignover has much better numbers. Obviously, Immortals have been winning a bunch of games, but the biggest and most scary stat for me is the first blood percentage. Reignover has been a part of 100% of the first bloods of Immortals games, and that's not to say he was ever the recipient of the first blood. He was the one who actually got the kills for the team, whereas Smithy is the last ranked jungler in the North American LCS. He is tied down there at the bottom, 17% of first bloods for CLG.
1 out of their 6 games.
So that means that the lane swap is imperative for CLG to pull off. If they want to try and slow down Immortals, they have to slow down this early game. Try and lane swap to get Reignover, expose, visualize, where's Reignover? We can see him, he's at a turret, and try and slow down that early game. Plus, CLG have been, for years, one of the best lane swapping teams in North America. So that would play right into their style. Try and get an early lead for Darshan, try and get him to split push. But really the biggest hurdle is going to be getting through that early game, I think.
All right, so hurdles are there, but prediction time, who's taking it?
I'm going to have to predict Immortals just because they're looking so strong. But as I said, I think CLG are going to try and get off that lane swap. And the other big thing, I think, is again, try and get Smithy on a Cinder Hulk jungler because Darshan's going to play one of those split-pushing damage carries of the top lane. They need some crowd control and tank stats to come from that jungle. So maybe Immortals will try and target that in the pick ban phase.
All right, we'll see if that happens. Thank you very much, Kobe. No faith, sadly, and Immortals may be the favorite here. Either way, guys, it's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be Saturday's match at 2 p.m., which will be the 3rd match of the day on Saturday. Don't miss it.